Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Data Race, nice to see you here. Thanks for joining in. Glad you enjoy the streams. Hopefully we can have a good conversation once we get some more folks in the call today. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good stream. So thought it would be a good spot to start here, kind of just taking a look at the crypto heat map. Unfortunately, it's not looking as good as it did this time last week for the stream. We are seeing a lot more red and dark red across the board. So, of course, Bitcoin, being the big leader here. Low Roller, nice to see you. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, what I was saying here, Bitcoin is down about 3.5%, $36,188. But across the board, it does look like the crypto market is down. We're seeing a lot of that darker red, Binance coins, Solana, Doge, those are all down in some cases in the double digits. Binance coin is down about 13.2% today. So, Low Roller, you said Binance founder pleaded guilty today. That's why crypto crashes. So, very interesting. So, let's see if we can find Binance owner guilty. Let's see what, whoops. Okay, so U.S. government dealt a massive blow to Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, which agreed to pay roughly $4 billion in settlements Tuesday as its founder and CEO, Changpeng Zhao, hopefully I said that right, pleaded guilty to felony related to his failure to prevent money laundering on the platform. Very interesting. Yeah, so you said or Low Roller, you said that the news found Binance got in trouble. So yeah, definitely very interesting. But yeah, I mean this, of course, these are headlines that we don't really want to see for crypto. Obviously, we saw a lot of red on the other screen there, and I think, like Low Roller was saying, I think that's definitely a huge part of the reason why. Unfortunately, it is very hard to prevent that kind of activity, especially when you have a platform like Binance that's so large. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it is a very negative headline towards cryptocurrency as a whole. I'm sure we will recover. I think really even seeing where the prices are at, switching back over here, this isn't a huge blow. Of course, there's a lot of red. Crypto's down today, but who knows? This could be tomorrow, all green. 2 days from now, all green. Even an hour from now, this could really start to turn around. And I don't think that the drop that we've seen here, while I do definitely agree that the news we just discussed played into it, I don't think it's going to have massive impacts on crypto as a whole in the long run. So we'll have to see. But real quick, it looks like we've got 5 people in the stream. So welcome. Thank you all for stopping by. If there is anything you are interested in hearing about, please feel free to leave a live comment. And make sure to like this stream and share it if you could. That way we can start getting some more people in the stream, having more in-depth conversations, and getting more people into crypto as a whole. But Low Roller, you said he will step down as CEO of Binance. I don't know what's going to happen to Binance. I don't know what's going to happen to them either, of course, but I do think, he'll step down and they'll find someone else. I think it's really going to be that simple. The transition, there might be a little bit of a transition period, but Binance isn't new. By any means, especially in crypto, comparatively to a lot of other, companies, whether it's tech or non-tech, they are a very new company, but they're not a small company, and I think they have the right processes and even the right people already within the company that they could survive a decent amount of time without a CEO. What his role was, of course, I don't really know the in-depth of what he was doing. And yeah, like I said, there might be some slower response time to issues, or, maybe a few extra issues do pop up. I don't think it's really going to have a major impact on the company as a whole. I certainly don't think they're just going to disappear. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll have to wait and see. I think, like I said, they're a pretty well put together company, pretty huge in crypto. I think we'll see, like I said, a little bit of a low. Binance Coin's down quite a bit today. I think it could be a good opportunity to scoop some up. Of course, depending on your, thoughts on what the situation will hold in the future. Of course, no one really knows, but I think this could be a good time to get a little bit of a discount on some of these coins. But Laura, you said Kraken Exchange got sued by the SEC this week. That's interesting. I didn't. I don't really follow too much with exchanges. Kraken Exchange SEC. I'm assuming it's probably for operating an unregistered platform. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously just reading a couple headlines here, not really knowing too much about it. I unfortunately this is very sad to see, I would say, because back a few years ago, which really, when you think about it, is not all that long ago, the SEC was saying crypto is this digital computer thing. We want nothing to do with it. It is what it is. They're doing their thing, we'll do ours. It is what it is. We don't want to touch it. And yes, of course things do change, but whether or not Kraken was trying to evade becoming a registered entity with the SEC, I don't know. But suddenly all these things come up, and now they're suing these exchanges, and it is creating a lot of bad press, and unfortunately in some cases putting certain businesses and exchanges out of business because of it. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Kraken. We'll have to see what happens with this as it unfolds. I know Ripple's got another SEC run-in with the SEC essentially that could be pretty big for crypto. So we're seeing it more and more. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a rough patch, and I'm sure this won't have any long-term effects, whether these exchanges come and go or make it through and stay around. Hopefully they do, but we'll see. And if they do unfortunately go away, I'm sure there will be another one to take its place not too long after. But Lowell, you said since it crashes today, great time for collecting crypto in faucets. Yes, absolutely. I think this, like I said, it's a great time to get coins at a discount. It's a great time to use faucets. I noticed on some of the ones that I use daily, the amount I'm getting per roll or per claim, whatever you want to call it, it went up. I was earning 80 some satoshis yesterday. Today I'm getting over 100. So definitely nice to see. Collect those coins while the prices are down. It'll really help out. And I made a video today and uploaded on Rollercoin. I'm kind of getting back into that game and the strategy around it. That's a great right now is a great time to get started in Rollercoin if you don't already have an account. It's basically a crypto faucet that allows you to, really come up with your own strategy and play it as it is a game, but also earning free crypto in the process. And they've got a ton of coins, so I do highly recommend checking that video out, going really kind of deep into the strategy of merging miners and some of the components and stuff that are needed. So it's a great site. I do recommend it. That's another great one. And then, of course, just your traditional faucets. Those are great as well. If you're not able to mine at home, cloud mining, there are still a few really good cloud mining sites out there, ECOS being one of them. Those sites, it all kind of helps build your passive income with crypto, as well as just building your holdings for the next bull run. Whether you're going for just passive income, you don't really care about holding crypto, faucets are great for that. Auto faucets, the collection that we've been using here on the channel, like Final Auto Faucet, Fire Faucet, autofaucet.org. You know, those are all great sites that all you really need is just a cheap older computer, whether you've got one sitting in the closet or, you know, you go out on eBay and find, you know, a cheap computer for auto faucets or the faucet collector bot. You know, that's super easy to set up and just let run. You know, if we come out here and just go use quad core PC. Yeah, so right here, a Dell Optiplex 790. It's a Core i5 with Windows 10, you know, 250 gig hard drive and 8 gigs of RAM for $60. That would be perfect for auto faucets, faucet collector bot, you know, those kind of sites. Super easy, you know, basically just a web browser open. You're not doing any mining. You know, this is a pretty low profile computer. You know, there's one below it here, and you know, a dual core or Intel Core 2 Quad Q8200. I'm not familiar with that personally, but you know, $35. You're giving life to an older computer, keeping it out of the landfill, and you're able to use it to earn a little bit of extra money. And you know, this is a great way to take and really double down on some of these passive ways of earning online, using things like Honeygain in addition to or the peer-to-peer app. So you know, if you really are interested in faucets and that passive income, this is a great way to go about it. And like I said, there are a lot of people out there that already have, you know, just older computers. You upgraded, maybe you know, you got a new one for whatever reason, and it's out there, you know, you've got it, it's just sitting there. You're probably never going to do anything, you know, super heavy with it because you've got a faster, newer computer. So, you know, this is a great way to go about getting into faucets and letting them just build your passive crypto earnings. So super cool. You know, I do have a video on the channel from a while back on this, but you know, I think I may be doing an updated video just kind of going over all that, you know, in more depth about these auto faucets and the faucet collector bot and how good it could work on something like this, you know, cheap $60 you know, kind of micro PC. You know, it's pretty small. It's got just the bare essentials for what you need. You know, it'll fit real nice in the corner or wherever you need it to go. So definitely check out some of those sites. We've got videos on all of those auto faucets that I do highly recommend you sign up for. They're great sites, and you know, like we were saying, with crypto being down, all this red, that's just the perfect time to get into faucets. So yeah, again, to anybody new who's joined, if you haven't been in any of these streams in the past, we do try and make this an open conversation. So if there is anything you want to hear about, questions you have related to crypto, mining, faucets, you know, whatever it may be, please feel free to leave a chat in the live comment section. In previous streams, we've been able to address pretty much every comment, so please feel free to leave a comment in the live chat and be happy to discuss whatever you're interested in hearing about. You know, with all the news in crypto, it is hard to keep up with everything, so we do, you know, work together here to bring up news, like Low Roller was saying with the CEO and Kraken Exchange. So if there is anything that you've heard about that you think could be playing into these downed crypto prices, or, you know, fueling in the next bull run, you know, definitely feel free to let us know. We can take a look at it here, you know, and let everybody else know, because the more we can spread the word about what's going on in crypto, the more people we can get into the crypto community, thus driving up prices. Now, Low Roller said it's quiet tonight. Yeah, you know, I know it is kind of going into a holiday here in the U.S., so, you know, maybe we'll just have a shorter stream today. But, yeah, I did want to just come online because I know there's usually a little bit of a crowd looking forward to the streams. So, But, you know, if there aren't anybody else, you know, maybe we can try again a later day, experimenting with different nights to see what streams work, what time works for streams, stuff like that, as we get back into the YouTube community, just making videos, stuff like that, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. You know, all the algorithms are always changing, so as always, trying to get as many people into crypto using faucets, and ways to just kind of collect and hold that crypto for the next bull run, because we've seen it before. People will think they missed it. You know, I think with a lot of the knowledge that collectively we all kind of share here, you know, I think we're very prepared for it, and we're ready for it. So hopefully we can get as many people in and prepared for the next bull run, so that we can all win. But Leroy, you said, did you take your free crypto quizzes on Coinbase on VE Chain? I do know that they used to have that. I assume they're still out there. I did some of those a while ago, but I don't really use Coinbase. I had an account a long time ago, but I've moved more towards the Crypto.com you know, platform. You know, no one reason or another. I think Crypto.com supports a lot of coins, but again, back when I left this platform, they didn't, you know, support a ton. I'm sure they do now. So I probably, I know I did do some of those quizzes. Whether or not I did all of them, I'm not sure, and I'd have to dig up my sign-in for that. But so that's my answer to that question. You should post your live stream in the community post. Yeah, I could do that. I haven't done a community post in a while. I'm not sure how that's interesting. I'll have to do a little bit of reading on how community posts work, because I know it goes out to the people who are subscribed to the channel, but I don't know if it creates some sort of additional notification beyond what the live stream would create. But I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I know I had done that in the past, and I know I've done a few community posts a little while back, but yeah, no, I appreciate the suggestion. I'll definitely look into that. Mike, nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Kaspa mining, I'm not too sure, because I think I talked a little bit the last time about Kaspa mining. I wasn't actually able to get it running profitably, at least on the GPU mining rig. Kaspa network, mainly just because all these ASICs came out, and that's not what we wanted, and it really diluted down the network, so you couldn't really mine it with let's see here. I was trying to figure out how much network speed they had, but let's see. So it's all rewards. I've never had so much. Oh, hash rate. There it is. 64 petahashes. So yeah, I did attempt to mine Kaspa, but unfortunately it just wasn't profitable with the GPUs, so I'm no longer mining it. But I think it would be interesting. I know they've been having a pretty good week slash, you know, couple weeks. You know, they're still up on the week, so that's nice. 30% on 7 days to a new all-time high, which was back here around 15 cents. So, you know, they're a good coin. I think they're a good hold, whether you're mining or buying. So I think that would definitely be something to, you know, collect up if you can, whether it's from faucets, buying it, or mining. And I have looked into maybe trying to get one of the KS0s or, you know, lower end miners, just because currently it would be a little bit of work to get one of the big ASICs up and running. They are very loud. I don't know if you've had a chance to see any in person, but really the noise, and then in some cases, unfortunately, the power, you do have to do a what could be a major power upgrade in the North America region if the miners only run on 220 volt. Most American, North American, Canadian, Mexican homes, they don't have readily available 220 circuits, so that can be a little bit challenging. So you do have to get, breakers and plugs and then PDUs in most cases. So it can be a little bit of a little bit of a setup. So it's more than just purchasing the miner in a lot of cases now. But, okay, so Low Roller, you said community posts can spread your word even if you're not subscribed. So awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Kind of start getting the word out about it. But, and Low Roller, you asked, did I reach 10 million mark on Dogelon mining? So, yes, I did. Let me, on the other screen, or other computer here. Let's see. So I have currently mined 12,695,000. So, and then some change. But yes, so that is still mining. The payout for unminable is 20 million. So I will continue to let that run till I get to, at least 20 million. Probably a little higher than that, because like we talked about last time, it would be nice to get to that 100 million mark, but will it run that long? I don't know. We'll see. If something better comes along that, might have more promise, isn't as much of a lottery ticket coin, I might switch to that. But for the time being, I'm going to continue mining over there. Mike, you said, where do you see Bitcoin going in the next few weeks to months looking at the chart? That's a good question. Let's take a look at the previous run-up to the last all-time high. So let's do this. Dark mode. So this was 2017. So, all right. So the last, like October. So that was October of 2020, which, let me see when the last Bitcoin halving dates. So that one split in May of 2020. Interesting. Okay, so we got to go back before 2020. All right. So kind of the October-November area. Let's see, I scrolled. I didn't mean to scroll there. But yeah, so the November-December area for 2019, which would have been the year before, the few months before the Bitcoin halving date, back before this last bull run. As you can see here, I'm not entirely sure how to make it. There we go. Zoom in. It was up, down, around, we saw in June of 2019, it kind of came up, hit this high of 13,000, and then came all the way back down in March, seeing this low of $4,400. Now, of course, there was some other things going on in March of 2020, but, I think, realistically looking, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin more or less, when looked at the month-to-month level, trade sideways. It might be on any given week down a couple $1,000s or up a couple $1,000s. But, as you can see, we saw, what did this say? Bitcoin halved in May 11th, 2020. So if we look at May 11th, ish. So yeah, it was right around here. It traded flat for 4 or 5 months, jumped up a little bit, kind of traded sideways again, through September of 2020. Come, down through till October of 2020. That's when we really started seeing it jump up in price. More or less, this is a pretty flat line. Now, of course, looking at this closer, every given day could be up or down, but like I said, we are prepared with this knowledge. We've been able to see this pattern in the past. I think seeing it trade flat, sideways, whatever you want to refer to it as, that's a good sign. These ups and downs on the day, the week, whatever, not a huge deal. And I really wouldn't be surprised seeing that we have Bitcoin coming up, the Bitcoin halving coming up in, well, okay, so it says April 23rd. So late April, 153 days. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it cross, I could be generous and say 45,000. I think seeing it cross 40,000 would be pretty, unexpected, I would say. If we fell back below, 32, around the 30,000 range, I wouldn't be shocked. If it fell much lower than that, we would, maybe start to be like, okay, well, we're falling a little lower than expected. But, I would say anywhere between 30,000 and 40,000 for the next at least 150 days. From here, we might see it jump up a little bit right around this day. But then, like we saw here, is we had, almost, 8 months, 7-8 months of trading relatively boring, up, down, here, there. And then, we really started to see Bitcoin made it up, here November 30th of 2020. So we went from May 11th to November 30th, and that was when it started to get in range of crossing its previous $20,000 all-time high. Then we crossed through that Wednesday, December 16th. So what's that? 7 months later. And that's when things really started to go. So we're looking at April. I wouldn't expect to see a major jump when we get our sign-in ad here. I wouldn't expect to start seeing major jumps in price until, November, December timeframe. That's based on previous bull run history. Of course, it's not an exact science, but hopefully that's a little bit helpful. But really, for the next few months, like I said, seeing this red here, not super concerning. I know there's been a lot of things that we talked about with, the Binance CEO, Kraken, and the SEC. Yeah, those are major events, but I don't think it's going to have a major effect on price long term. So hopefully that's the case, but we'll just have to wait and see. Low Roller said Bitcoin tanked as low as 3,500 during March 2020. Yeah, that was, there were obviously other things going on, but Bitcoin wasn't alone in that. Of course, the stock market fell quite a bit. Again, if that does happen again, which I don't think that part of it will, because, the outside, events going on. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, and I don't think we'll see that kind of drop in crypto, but who knows? It's very possible. Low Roll, you said Litecoin have flopped since due to crypto market was so bad. Yeah, unfortunately that can happen. I think Litecoin is one of the, of course, one of the original coins, but not one of the super strong anymore coins. So unfortunately, sometimes it can just, fall through the cracks and not have a major event. But I think if we do start to see a Bitcoin bull market, we will see an altcoin season at some point, whether it's, before, during, or after, or all of the above. Those are a little bit harder to predict, but we'll see. Mike, you said, excellent, thanks for that. By the same token, how did Digibyte do late 2019, 2020? Just to see where it might go in the next few months. And then Low Roller responded right to that one. Digibyte can end up like Bytecoin, Redcoin. They haven't recovered since the last bull run. So, yeah, I'll take a look at that chart here in a second. But George, nice to see you here. Talking about roller updates. So, yeah, we did do a quick overview of Roller Coin a little bit ago in the stream, but I did release a video today on that site, so definitely check that out. We were kind of diving deep into looks like it signed me out on the other screen, so but yeah, we were diving deep into the merge features, how to bring miners together to increase your mining power, your bonus power, and save space on your racks. So definitely make sure to check that out. I think I'm going to be doing more frequent videos on Roller Coins since it is a really good site. And they did just announce that starting tomorrow, free recharge is coming back. So make sure you have your account set and ready for that. You no longer have to pay for the batteries to keep your mining farm running. But awesome. So let's take a look here quick at Digibyte. Because yeah, I mean, low roller, like you said, Digibyte could end up like Bytecoin, Redcoin. Yeah, that is possible, but you could really say that about any coins. I haven't done a ton of research recently into what Digibyte is doing. And by that I mean like what their team is doing to help with, community bringing the price up. But I do know that Digibyte was a very active community and a very different approach to cryptocurrency with the, I think it was 5 mining algorithms that you could mine and get the coin. But yeah, taking a look back here, we see in 2019, so that May time frame when Bitcoin was doing its thing, it was around 1 cent. We saw it jump up and then fall down quite a bit into the 2020 area where sorry, this is not when Bitcoin halved. I got a little confused. We were looking at November-ish, December time frame in 2019. I got a little confused there. So this would have been where we are now comparatively to the 2022-ish bull run, 2020, 2021 bull run. So it was around 0.6 of a penny. So about half a penny, a little more. That continued to fall down up until this May time frame, which I mistakenly was looking at 2019. And we did see it jump up, coinciding with Bitcoin's halving date, to about 2 cents. So looking at that, we could, infer that hopefully Digibyte does jump back up come this date in about 150 days. April 23rd-ish. I don't know that that's an exact date. That's the first exact date I've seen. But we could see it jump up from, around 0.8 cents. Maybe it'll be 0.5 cents by then to maybe 2-3 cents again. It's done it once. It probably did it back before the 2017 bull run. And then, we saw with Bitcoin, things started to pick up towards the end of 2020 into 2021, and we really do see a very similar pattern here. If I open up, let's see here. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't. Let's look at that. That's a new feature. I didn't know they added that. So, so the orange line is Bitcoin. That's actually super helpful. But you can see there was this little bit of a tick up in Digibyte. Same thing in Bitcoin. We saw it really take off here with Bitcoin. Digibyte, these charts are very, very similar. Of course, different prices, but this is, percentage-wise. So, looking at this, very, very similar. Of course, it is an altcoin. You never really know what's going to happen with them. It's not quite as much of a science as I think it might be with Bitcoin, but looking at where it's at comparatively with this chart, I think we could really see, because we continue to see some of these, same patterns here where Bitcoin jumped up here in 2022, so did Digibyte. Scrolling over here, while it is much, much more, minor, we saw Digibyte down here very low. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There was this low period in Digibyte. We see that same low period in Bitcoin, and now Digibyte has hopped up a little bit more, just like Bitcoin. It's just on a much different pricing scale. So even though Digibyte is a much smaller coin, definitely in the altcoin category, I don't even know, is it in the top 50 on CoinMarketCap? They're very closely tied together. No, it's volume. Yeah, market cap here is 255, and their charts mirror each other very, very closely. Not the exact same numbers, but more or less same pattern. Very, very interesting when you look at these coins close like this. So hopefully that helps. I would almost say what I said about Bitcoin will hopefully, and based off the history here, apply to Digibyte as well. So take that information, do what you will with it, but I think, yes, low roller, you're right. There is a possibility this could end up like Redcoin or Bytecoin, but there's also a possibility that it'll follow the same pattern that it had a couple years ago. But George, you said, do you like Solana? What do you think about it? I think it's a very strong coin. Personally, just upfront, don't have any right now, but I have had that one on the list of coins I've been thinking about kind of doing a little bit more reading on. Of course, the last week or so, they've done extremely well. They were up like 50% last week. They've got a good project. They've been around for a while, and of course, being in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap, that's not a small feat, especially nowadays with how many cryptos out there? 2 million plus coins. Back when this was, 600 coins, top 10 was really good. But, with that being said, I think they're a good project. They've made it through the bull run. Looking at their all-time high of $200, $249. Again, they don't have a ton of data to follow off of more than one bull run because it is a newer coin. I think we could definitely see this same pattern again. We could take and do the same thing here, hopefully. If I do this and search for Solana to USD, we'll use the Coinbase chart. That'll be fine. And add Bitcoin to compare. We'll zoom out. So again, you're starting to see a very similar pattern. Of course, Solana jumping up 50% is not quite the same as Bitcoin jumping 5% or 3% or whatever it is, but when you look at the charts, they're very similar to each other. Of course, Solana did much better because it was a cheaper coin, so you were getting higher percentages of returns, which is what this is going off of now. But again, you're seeing a similar pattern, and TradingView only goes back to 2021, June of 21 for Solana. But again, you see a steep decline in both Bitcoin and Solana. Kind of see this little jump and drop, comes back up, a little hump here. Same thing with Bitcoin. More or less, they're very, very similar. So, I think Solana's another good one to have, in the wallet if you're looking for coins to invest in. It's a cheaper one. You can get them, $50 a coin. It's a lot easier to collect a few than it is with, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum, just purely because they are cheaper coins, and that just gives you the bigger upside potential. Would you rather have one Bitcoin that goes up 200%, or 100 Solana coins that go up 500%? It might not look as impressive, but when you start to do the math, it really can work out a lot better. So hopefully that's helpful, but I think it's a good one to have. I just at this time don't have any, so hopefully that's helpful. But low roll, you said you were expecting Digibyte to reach $1 per coin or higher in the last bull run. It didn't happen. Not a good sign. That's very interesting. I think Digibyte could certainly reach $1. Taking a look here at their circulating supply, because I did see Mike said Redcoin and Bytecoin, they didn't have a max supply and didn't make all-time highs this past cycle, unlike Digibyte. So Digibyte's max supply, what's this, 21 billion? 21 billion, that's pretty obtainable. Thinking, if this was to be $1 a coin, their market cap would be $21 billion. That's a pretty large market cap. That would put them above Dogecoin, right below Solana, really, number 8. So, on its own, right now, Digibyte being $1, I don't think that's at all possible. But if we're seeing, Solana at $600-700 a coin, or Bitcoin at $125,000, Ethereum maybe $5,000 a coin. These are just numbers I'm throwing out there, of course, but if we're seeing these other coins that are hitting all-time highs, then yeah, I think Digibyte being up there with a very large market cap value, it's very, very possible. Taking a look here at Digibyte again and just seeing where they topped out at, yeah, it wasn't $1, but they definitely hit their all-time high, like Mike was saying. 15 cents, nothing crazy compared to 12 cents before, but they did break through and hit a new all-time high, which unfortunately did not happen to a lot of other coins. So yeah, hopefully it's a different story this time around, but it, like I said, this one is a coin that I'm still holding from 2017, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. So yeah, Verge, that coin definitely died. Yeah, that was a good one. There were some good mining applications for that. So useful to see the compare. Yeah, that they labeled that as a new feature. That's the first time I've seen that, and it is actually very helpful. What I was going to do was just put it in split screen, but just slapping the chart on top of the other one, that's even better. Low Roller said Bytecoin and Redcoin was popular in 2017. Yeah, I had both Bytecoin and Redcoin in 2017. I no longer have them, but I did participate. George, you said, what are your thoughts on Space Token? That's interesting. Space Token, I think I do have some hope for Space Token. Unfortunately, we haven't seen... come on, if I could type, that would be helpful. We unfortunately haven't seen a lot of movement in a while here. Final Auto Faucet, it's a great site with tons of ways to earn crypto, Space being one of them. If we take a look, let me pull up, hopefully it doesn't make me sign in. Perfect. So if we take a look here, it just auto defaulted to the auto faucet here, but coming into Space bonuses, I think that's where it will give me information about staking. No. There's a white paper on this. Let me see here. Stake now for Space. In circulation, Space rewards. Let's see. I was hoping to find... Oh, here we go. Click here for... I think... No. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, so this is their white paper for Space Token on the staking program through Final Auto Faucet, which of course started out very high and has come down quite a bit because more space has been, given out as part of the reward program. But what's really cool is there are a lot of bonuses that holding this coin will unlock for you on the Auto Faucet. Like we were looking at here, if we come back up to earn and we do staking space bonuses here, scrolling down here, if you're holding, 2,500, that's, I think a pretty obtainable amount for most. You're getting 10% auto claim rewards, boost. You're getting a 2% staking bonus on the coins you're already holding, and you're getting a gift card discount. So super cool. Plus, you're earning those space coins through the staking program. So there's a lot of incentive behind it. if you're someone who's looking to use the auto faucet and its features, which is really cool. There's other features that we dive into in the other pre-recorded videos I've done on Final Autoclaim, but you don't see that with a lot of other coins. So I really do have a lot of hope for Space Token. I'd be really interested to see what happens when we get into the bull market, but until then, I really don't know. I see you asked, am I holding Space Token to earn more on Final Faucet? Yes. I think we scrolled past it at one point. Right now I do have 60,000. That's, where they're at, where I'm at for the moment. Do I know if I'll make it to the, class level 9 with 100,000? I don't know. At this time, I'm sticking right around here. I might be getting rid of some of them as they come in to just take some profit. But we'll see. Hopefully they do continue to go up in value as we get closer to the bull run. Getting back up to 10, 11 cents for, a coin would be great. I don't know if I can see it happening, unfortunately. 349 million coins. Really not a lot. That's their total supply. There are some errors here on the market cap, so I don't know if they don't have everything updated, but I think it will. Like I said, I have hope for it, but at this time, I don't know that it's super like this is the coin you should be going for. I've had it for a while. I plan to continue to hold it and stake with it for some of the bonuses it gives, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully that's helpful. I do have some, like I said, on the site, taking advantage of the bonuses for the faucet claiming. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully that's just another one of those ones that having it in the back pocket, it continues to go up. I would be really happy if it got back up to its, what I'll say is its all-time high where it kind of started at. If it makes it back to, this 12-cent range, I'll probably be getting rid of some of them. Whether it's all of them or not, I don't know. That'll be a, decision for the time. But we'll see what happens as we get closer to the bull market and prices start going up. I hope that this one isn't left behind, because I think it does have a very good community behind it. With Final Auto Faucet hitting over 1 million users, that's super cool. What I was looking for here, I closed it. What I was looking for was how many are circulating, because for whatever reason it doesn't have that listed. Let's see here. So, okay, that's kind of what I was looking for. So here are my stats on my staking. But anyways, total space in circulation is 134,214,000. And if we go back one page here, the total staked is 24 million. So if we take 24 million, whatever that number is, and we jump back into here, we had 134. So that leaves about 110 million, roughly, of course, just looking at the millions placed there, circulating. And there's 24 million locked in staking, well, not even locked, but in staking here for the bonuses on Final Autoclaim. And with 1 million users, of course some of the really dedicated ones are going to be holding those for the bonuses. And the more people that are holding it to get these bonuses, as well as the little bit of income that comes along with it, I think it just works out really well. And it's one of the coins that I think is better positioned to go up in value. But we gotta wait and see what happens with it. So, and then George, I see, said you have 25,000, thinking of selling what you're earning now. And I would say that's a really good strategy. If you're happy with the 25,000 that you have, you've got some good bonuses. I would say if you're looking to keep them for the bonuses, that's awesome. Continue, sell what you have, take those profits, and, put it into some other coins you're interested in holding. I think that's a really good move, and it's something that I'm thinking of doing with the ones that I earn going forward. But let's see. I know we jumped around in the comments here a little bit. Low Roll, you said Digibyte volume is only $5 million, but they didn't have a huge following like Dogecoin. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't say you necessarily need to have a huge following, because I know Doge was very popular with people in crypto. I would actually say it was more people that had no idea about crypto that were just buying into Dogecoin. So, I think it's got potential. It's one of the, I would say, on the more risky side, but it's also been around a lot longer than some of these other coins. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with it. I think it's better positioned to go up with, the bull run, but we'll see. Mike, you said, are you still bullish on Ethereum for the next cycle? I think it's a good one to have. I don't know that it'll be the, make you rich coin. I think we should hopefully see some new all-time highs, but, how high it goes, I don't really know. Because it didn't do as much as what people were hoping in the last bull run. So, I do still have, I think, like 1.5 Ethereum, maybe. Nothing crazy compared to some people, but we'll see. I plan to continue holding it. But yeah, I think with the switch from, being able to mine it to staking was, a little bit of a blow to the community. But I think Ethereum, it's here to stay because, all these smart coins run on, switch back to this, but, all these smart coins are running on the Ethereum network. So it's here to stay, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's going to go up or not. It's at least going to be around, which I think makes it a very safe investment. Oh, had to take a drink there, but hopefully that makes sense, because, yeah, I think, with just the application, NFTs, not quite as popular as they used to be, but, all these other smart coins like Shiba, Baby Doge, those are running on Ethereum. They have other networks as well, but Ethereum is one of them. So, it's going to be around. It's used as, gas fees for a lot of transactions. So it's a very safe investment. But we'll see what happens with it. Where it goes price-wise, I think that's definitely harder to say. But, if you're looking for a coin that's very safe, Ethereum, it'll be around. I think if Ethereum is going to zero, a lot worse has happened in crypto, and there's been a lot more money lost in other areas. I'll say it like that. So hopefully that's helpful. But we talked about holding space. I talked about the 25,000. George, you said, I like the fact that Final Auto Faucet is paying. Never worry about my withdrawal. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're a great site, great faucet. Been using them for a number of years now, and like I said, they did just cross their 1 millionth user and did a ton of promotion stuff around that. So, the first million, I'm sure we'll see 2 million here in the next year or two. Seeing how crypto goes, if we get another bull run, new people coming into crypto, more clicks on videos about it, sharing it. It's a really good site with 30, 40 different ways to earn cryptocurrency with 78 coins to choose from. I think when I started on it, there were in the 50s of coins to choose from. So they've already added 20, 30 more coins. I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future we're pushing 100 coins that you can claim on that site. So it's a really good site with a lot of ways to earn. Low Roller said ETH reached 5,000 last bull run. Since the last bull run cycle is 1,200. So yeah, like I said, I think ETH is definitely a very good investment to have. Are we going to see a $12,000, $13,000 Ethereum coin? I don't know. It's possible. But, we'll just have to wait and see. It's one of those, again, it's, all predictions. I wouldn't necessarily say sell your Ethereum for other coins. I would say that's probably a better hold long term. But if you are looking to get rid of it, then sure, there might be some better coins out there, but it'll be around. It's kind of like I said, with how much application there is behind the network, it'll be around for sure. Mike, you said any updates on Rocco coin? That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't. Man, are they even still on? They are. Interesting. I haven't heard about. Well, okay, so it looks like they're halfway on CoinMarketCap. Project is an untracked listing. For more details. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. The last known price was 3/1000th of a penny. Unfortunately, they, like many other coins, just kind of slowed down. The team kind of became withdrawn, and the price suffered. Oh, well, it looks like they no longer have a secure site. Let's see what happens if we proceed. Do we own the domain? No, we don't own the domain. So, not a good sign for Rocco coin. Hopefully nobody still has any. I think any that I did have, I got rid of a long time ago. They were a good project. There's been a lot of POS coins like this. GenStake was one of them. Various coin was another one of them. That they're good, and the team stops contributing, whatever it might be, and they just die, unfortunately. So, oh well, I guess move on, and hopefully another one comes out soon. I'm sure there's already one to replace it. I haven't done much staking in a while, but yeah, unfortunately it looks like Rocco coin is gone. But Low Roller said ETH is all-time crypto bear market, $86 to $5,000. That's 30 extra money. Yeah, definitely. It's, who knows if it'll do it again, but we'll see what happens, and hopefully we can repeat that on some coins. But George, you said Simple Bits is another great one. I've got that on the list to refresh myself on how to use it and kind of what the site's all about, so that I can do a video. I just haven't gotten around to that one quite yet. So but yeah, I'll definitely look into that and hopefully get some videos on it here soon. Low Roller, he said, yeah, Rocco's dead, make sure to sell it. And Mike, yeah, definitely funny, but any gaming coin do you think will do well next cycle? I don't know specifically gaming coins. I know it's not necessarily a coin that you can go out and buy, but Roller Coin seems to be doing really, really well. We just talked about here with Royal or Rocco coin going, not the way we want to go with the development team. Roller Coin is going the complete opposite. There are daily, if not, or weekly, if not daily, updates from the development team, both on the site as well as their Discord. I think that's a really good community to be a part of, and you're going to see a lot more people trying to get into that area of, Bitcoin games. Specific gaming coins, I'm not too familiar. Like, I know Rocco, I think, was a gaming type coin, but I would almost say it really depends on what the team and the purpose behind the coin is. If they're just making a coin because video games or whatever, I would stay away from those. But if there's like a real use behind it, whereas like with Roller Coin, the coin is pretty much locked to the site, but there's a real use behind it that has an achievable path to getting more crypto, that can be sold, what I would say real crypto, your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, Dogecoin, whatever it is, that can be taken off the site, sold, held, invested, whatever you want to do. So I would personally look for more sites like those, but and then like George was saying, Simple Bits, I know that's another great one. Like I said, I don't remember as much about it. Need to review and read a little bit more about how to use the site before diving too deep into it. So that's kind of my thought, because those sites have been very popular since the last bull run as well. But yeah, so looks like we've been online here for about an hour, so gonna get ready to wrap this stream up again. But thank you to everybody who is here. We've got 6 people on now, so it did pick up a little bit here. Had a bit of a slow start, but again, I know pretty similar crowd, but thank you so much for joining. It is great to see everybody. I know there's always good conversations here. We have slowly started to see an uptick in the number of people watching the videos here on the channel, so do appreciate everybody for showing up, commenting, liking, sharing. It really does help out the channel quite a bit. And it is nice to know there is a community still out there around Bitcoin tips, and hopefully we can continue to grow it. But low roll, you said ETH is a bear market. Low price as low as $800 means you've already doubled your money. So yeah, definitely a great coin. Like I said, Ethereum, it's here to stay. It's a lot of people have talked about when or if it will flip Bitcoin on the market cap, and I think there is a very strong possibility of that. Will it be this next bull market? Who knows? But I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it's definitely here to stay, a decent investment, and hopefully we'll see some new all-time highs, possibly 5-digit all-time highs. And Laura, you said when's next live stream? Probably same time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening next week. Like I said, kind of experimenting with different days, but kind of like this time seems to be good. But yeah, I will definitely look into posting on the community tab, as well as like I do usually scheduling the stream an hour or so before, just so I know that it's there. But yeah, so thanks again to everybody who showed up and participated in the stream today. It was great to chat with everybody. Hopefully the conversations were helpful to you guys, and definitely look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next stream. Bye.